here shortly. 1, 2, 3. Selected monitoring device. See if it audio loops. We'll turn that off. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Are we live? We are live. All right, excellent. All right, welcome back to Real Cast Fishing. Your host, Glenn, with the City Valley Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team on YouTube. And this round we're just doing a 2025 kickoff of an impromptu Q&A session. And let me see, I can just go into the chat here and just say howdy, see how everybody's doing, and we'll go from there. And while we're here, it's Friday, so you might as well have a little IPA. Is this an IPA? It's something. It works. All right. Okay, so I was going to go over a couple of things related to fishing, of course. And one of them is taking a look at yours truly's website. Okay, so let me shift over to a side-by-side camera view. Okay, and what I'm showing you is our website. It's a blog that just goes over different things, includes some extra stuff that isn't part of the YouTube channel, as well as some things to reference, as well as some of the embedded videos from the YouTube channel. So just to show you what we posted already for this year, 2025, January 3rd, I just posted a shorts, watch me catch first fish of 2025. It was a bass caught in a feeder creek using a Guadalupana fishing fly. Okay, so that's there. Also used a 2-3 weight Echo Ion fly reel on an 8-foot 4-weight Reddington Pursuit. That's this one right here. Okay, and got a little rubber band here holding it in place for the, what do you call it, the rod, using my 3D printer, and just kind of makes things a little bit easier to get in and out. Unfortunately, I did break off and lost my fly, but I'm now ready to go for another trip. So let's just get that ready to go. Additionally, I went out with the Shimano Corrado BFS XG, and what will be the first fish of 2025. I went out January 1st, and it was a nice warmer day than normal, and I went out with the BFS gear and ended up not doing so well. So I ended up getting a tree fish. All right, I lost my lure and all that, but hey, that's not a harbinger of what the 2025 fishing season is going to be like. I suspect it's going to be another good year. All right, anyhow, and then going back to the website and the different posts and whatnot, there's one reason why you did not catch a fish. Excuse, your line broke. So I went out there with the Flight Feather Kingfisher, and I was casting it, and sure enough, everything was going well. Then I had a little overrun, so I was like, oh, okay, let me go and fix it. And usually when I have an overrun, I'll cast, let out the backlash, and then I'll reel back in. Well, in this case, I was using 2-pound test line. I yanked back on it, or cranked back on it, and cast, and it snapped the line. So guess what? Keep that in your back pocket for an excuse. Your line broke while you did not catch the fish. All right. So did have some other things. Have been posting our Real Cast Fishing podcast, which is basically the audio version of the mobile fishing live stream, where I'll go out there either with an Android phone using a harness, as well as the GoPro, where I've got it in a vertical format, and I'll use that to rebroadcast at a later time. So here, I'll go grab it real quick. All right, so these past few rounds, yours truly was using this baby right here. It goes around my neck, like so. Clip it in, and I attach. I like the screw version here to put my Android phone. Now I got this cool microphone with a dead cat that really picks up stuff, and it's a USB-C connection. And I've got some Velcro holding it in place so I can keep it up here. And well, it keeps me in the action when it comes to being able to fish as well as live stream on the fly. Let's see, wife lost my favorite swim lure on the first cast. Let's just say we went home accepting applications for a new one. A new swim lure or a new wife? Sacrileges, I understand. A toast to that lost swimming lure. I did go to Cabela's the other day, and I did notice there was some very expensive lures. I'm like 50 to $100. That's kind of scary trying to go out there fishing with one of those expensive lures, and next thing you know, ooh, you lost it. You know, I mean, hey, I lost a fish. I lost an inline spinner, a little rooster that goes for like $3-4. Lost it to a tree fish, and sure enough, I'm bummed. Anyhow, one of the things I wanted to point out from what I posted most recently, I did post one about don't spend a lot of money on expensive fillet knives. I found out that the Dexter knives that have been around since the 1800s or so has come out with some really good ones for a decent price, and I've got two now. One that I'll be using specifically for filleting some of the catches here in 2025. It's going to be the wooden handled one that you see in the thumbnail on my left side in the video, or at least the thumbnail. All right. And then ended up limiting out over there at Waterloo. FYI, they are restocking it. I believe this coming, actually, they probably restocked it today in preps for the Trout Derby. That's going to be there tomorrow. So be ready for that one. See, $30 Gone was my go-to for stripers and had been in the arsenal for 8 years. Ow! We'll have to drink to that one again. All right. A toast to the $30 swim lure. Doesn't replace it, but it'll do. Okay. All right. What's next? Did have some icy rod guides. So sure enough, here it is in Texas. One day I'm having to deal with some cold temperatures, icy rod guides, having to pick off the ice from my rod guides. And then 2 days later, I'm wearing short sleeve shirts, fishing bait finesse gear at the local pond. Hitting about the 60s, if not 70s that day. So, gotta be ready to adjust fairly quickly. I did find my gloves, okay? So I'll be ready to go again. What ends up happening is I'll use some liquid Band-Aid, put it on my thumb here, because I get cracked thumbnails or thumbs when I dip my hand in freezing water. So I'll run up to the blue, catching some trout over there in Oklahoma. That usually starts the crackliness in the fingers and thumbs, and then later on as I keep going through the trout stocking season, sure enough, my hands will get really beat up after that. So a little liquid Band-Aid, let it rest for a few. It's already healed, so I'm ready to go back out there again. All right. But anyways, speaking of trout fishing, we did hit another spot. This is trout fishing for stockers with my switch rod. Okay, so I've been doing some outdoor work, rebuilt or cleaned up one corner of the backyard, put a fire pit in there. We got a little swing there now, and I'm anticipating maybe in 2025 doing a little catch and cook scenario over there. And yeah, took me about a week to put that together. I include cutting down a peach tree and burning up a bunch of wood to get the stump cleared out and get that fire pit in there. And with that, my shoulder started hurting, so I went back to my old switch rod. And in that case, it's a two-handed rod that I'm able to cast one-handed as well as two-handed. And the key there is I can cast it with my body, keeping my arm close to my side, not having to lift my hand up above the shoulder, or my arm up above the shoulder. And lo and behold, I'm good to go. I can still keep fishing regardless of a flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. Just like the Monty Python show. Anyways. Okay, so the other thing I want to point out is let's see if I can get to it here. Right here. Fun with spreadsheets. Okay, so yours truly does a lot of work, day job work with statistics, economics, econometrics, etc., crunching numbers, etc. So hey, why not use it for your fun time? In this case, I wanted to know what the schedule was for the Texas trout stocking season, but it's kind of, when you go to their website, yes, it's up to date. Yes, it's got the latest and greatest on the status of various stockings throughout the trout stocking season, but unfortunately, it does not go in chronological order. You have to go and find the county, the city, the location, etc., to take a look at when the next place is going to be stocked, and then kind of, decipher what's there. So what I've been doing is I take that information, collate it into a spreadsheet, and then I parse it out into a chronological order. And that is what this baby does now right here. In fact, let me go ahead and open up the one spreadsheet. And let's just go down to, let's see what's happening. What's today? January 3rd. Better have a little sippy sip before I move on. Okay, January 3rd. It looks like I'm seeing Blanco State Park, Canyon Tail Race, Kitty Hollow Lake, Missouri City, LBJ State Park, that's in Fredericksburg, PK, Possum Kingdom. Oh yeah, very nice. Chance to get trout as well as striped bass over there in Grayford, Texas, over there by the Highway 16 bridge. That's at Arch Stoneway Bridge. That's a good one. And that gets stocked today, January 3. All right. Sonora Park in Kennedale, that's in Tarrant County, Blue, Palestine, and Anderson County. Tyler Nature Center, Tyler, Smith County, so just a couple hours over here from the Metroplex. You can be into some stock trout. Let's see. Okay, where else is here? Let's see. The 4th, Tyler Smith, Spring Branch, Comal, Waterloo Park Pond, January 5th. Okay, so here's one to keep in your back pocket. Okay. Texas Parks and Wildlife is posting. Let me go ahead and show you right here. Okay. Waterloo Park Pond, which is right there in Denison, Grayson County. They're going to stock 1,800 plus trout, and it's a small pond. It's very small. When they, meaning Texas Parks and Wildlife, oh shoot, let's see if I can get this. Oh, dang. Oh. All right, well, it's saying it's getting stocked January 5th. January 5th, Waterloo Park Pond down here. Okay. Yeah. Which is a Sunday. Okay. But they're having a trout derby on Saturday, the 4th, tomorrow. So as a rule of thumb, if you see a Sunday trout stocking on one of these community lakes per the schedule by Texas Parks and Wildlife, but then you look locally and you see that there is a trout derby being hosted on Saturday, there's a very good likelihood, it's most likely true, that this trout are already in the pond as of tonight, the 3rd, or first thing in the morning, the 4th. So take a look at the 5th. Any Sunday stocking with a Saturday trout derby, you can make the assumption that they're going to stock it early. Okay? Keep it in your back pocket. Happens at most locations that are hosting a trout derby. Okay? All right. What else we got? All right, let's see. For some reason, I don't know how I can get out of this thing now. Okay, let's kick out of that. Let's go back to Chrome. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's in the our website, Fun with Spreadsheets, chronological order, different locations that are being stocked here in the Texas Parks and Wildlife, or by Texas Parks and Wildlife during the Texas trout stocking season. All right. Okay, so yeah, keep that in your back pocket. Sunday stocking, Saturday trout derby. Assume that it's going to be stocked before Sunday. Okay. The main thing is if it is a trout derby that is just for the participants, most likely it's going to run from early morning, 7, 8 o'clock to about noon. There's a good likelihood that afterwards you can fish it and try getting you a trout or two. Okay. Now there has been some questions about how quickly can you catch the trout that are stocked after they're stocked. I've heard some folks say that, oh, you have to wait a day or they have to acclimate and whatnot. And what I've noticed is you can catch them the same day. You can catch them as soon as they're coming out of the stocking truck. What it really matters is how I guess beat up they got on the drive, as well as when the temperature differential, as well as any water differences between what they've been transported in, as well as when they were let go into the given stocking location. So keep that in your back pocket. Give it a try. All right. If they're not biting that given day, just keep adjusting your presentation, your lures and whatnot, and you should be able to hook up and do them. Okay. Okay. Next item that I want to throw out there is Denison Dam. Okay. Okay. This one I wrote some information about how to read the real-time hydropower release schedule that is posted by the Southwest Power Administration that manages the hydropower in this region, the Southwest region, that includes Oklahoma as well as Texas and some various other locations. Well, there's a handy thing that they have, which is the hydropower release schedule as well as a generation schedule. And a lot of times people try figuring out when they are releasing water, because a lot of times it's best to go fish when there is that water flow at these given locations. So I put together how to read the real-time release for Denison Dam in this one location here on our website. All right, it's easy to find, cityofilandfishing.blogspot.com. Go look at the bottom of the blog and you'll see most popular posts, and this is one of them right here. And the key takeaway here is there are some changes since since I've updated this, but you can still get the key information. All right, so let me take you to the specific site. Okay, this one just kind of walks you how to read through it. Okay, right here where it says COE for Corps of Engineer Hydropower Operations. If you bump that, going right to Denison Dam, and this is the real-time release schedule. They've got 2 turbines online. It's kicking out some pretty good power. And right here is the release schedule. So right here, they started kicking off around 6. Yeah, about 6, which is actually 5 o'clock. It's off by an hour. And right now, they're still generating. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, well, where you see cubic feet per second, that's the CFS section. And then the MW for the megawatts, that is what they're kicking out. And when you see this, they update it every 15 minutes. This tells you that if you made a run to the dam, you could suspect that there are 2 generators online. Okay, so that is very helpful for those that are trying to figure out if they can fish the water flow. Are they actually generating or not? Okay, that's real time. However, you kind of want to get a heads up as to the schedule. So what you want to do then is, oh, got an ad. Let me close that out. Okay. Go down to Southwest Power Authority generation schedule. Okay. And they say they update it for the week or post it for the week, but it's actually only good for about a day. So today is Friday. I'll open up Friday. Denison Dam, you can see that they're scheduled from 6 o'clock to 9 in the morning, and then 6 to 7. But you can see that they are still generating power. Okay, how I can tell, DEN at the top over here, number 2 in column 2. There's a little abbreviation table. That's telling you Denison. Okay, so that's what they said they were going to do today, but as you can see, they are still generating right now per the real-time release schedule. Okay. The other thing is, so let me close out of that. Okay, so that was Friday. Let's go to Saturday. If you look at the top, Saturday, January 4. Okay, so here they listed nothing. So they don't plan on generating for any part of that day, scheduled generations. All right. So you can still take a look at the real-time release schedule or hydropower generation and take a look at that information to see if they are or have, because a lot of times there's some unscheduled power generation. But right now, there's nothing scheduled for January 4 tomorrow at Denison. Okay. In fact, if you look across the board, it looks like Broken Bow, Denison, Keystone, Fort Gibson, Weber's Fall, 10 Killer, Eufaula. None of them are generating tomorrow. Okay? And like I was saying, Southwestern Power Administration covers multiple states, not just Texas and Oklahoma, but some additional locations. I think I also include Arkansas. Yeah, there it is. Arkansas and Missouri. Okay? Now, the thing you have to be careful of is, let's go pop over to Sunday, January 5th. Good to go. Some more information. Okay. The key that I'm looking at is, let's say I want to go out a whole week. What are they doing next Monday? Because I want to go fishing Monday. Well, look, January 6th, you're good to go there. Okay. Tuesday, December 31. Look at that. Can't go back in time. All right, so the key here is make sure that you read when that schedule is posted. This is unusual. They went out 3-4 days. Normally, I've only been seeing them go out about a day. Okay, so that is in our website. If you can't find it, just look up City of Allen Fishing, blogspot.com, or just say real-time release schedule, Denison Dam, or something like that, or COAF. Put it in your search when you do Google, and it'll come up here. We got some folks joining. Ali, howdy. Thanks for joining. We've been just talking fishing stuff, as well as mourning over the $90 swim bait that 4-ring 8P loss, courtesy of his wife. A toast to that. In memoriam. Okay, so that was the release schedule. I showed you, let's see, some key information there. I talked about the Texas Parks and Wildlife schedule. Let's see, can you read a list I made of cartoons, games, characters living in the same house together? Are they fishing? Yeah, all right. So we'll skip that. Okay. All right. So we're talking fishing. Okay. Fishing Q&A. All right. So the other thing is I do host the Real Cast Fishing podcast right here. Okay. It's on Spreaker. It's also on Spotify, iHeart. It's in a whole bunch of different places. And all it is sometimes some of these Q&A sessions, I'll just repost it as an audio podcast. Additionally, I do some video. There's the Little Bed Book of Fly Fishing. And let's see, some other fishing related items. And from there, I posted here just to give you the audio version, because a lot of times when some folks are driving into, let's say, the commute to their day job, it's much easier to listen to some of the action compared to seeing it on a video. Additionally, when I do my mobile fishing live stream, I will also do an audio version of it and post it here as well, so that folks can take a look at it, or at least listen to it, and maybe there's some key things there. One of my favorite ones this past 2024 was taking the trip down to Galveston, and oh, bear with me. This is some fancy stuff here, you know. It's all manual. All right, I'm coming back. All right, yeah. So yeah, I've got a 10, 15-year-old Canon SLR. Yeah, it nothing fancy here. Okay. It's a camera. I have to turn it on and off because it'll shut off by itself. I did put some kind of software in it to help, you know, stay on the whole time, but it doesn't. Anyway, going back to Denison, I do want to point out there's some videos from past trips at Denison Dam. That's the tail race to Texoma. Right here at the bottom, that's yours truly getting a couple of nice striped bass fly fishing. And then the next one showing yours truly with a launcher bobber and a sinker. And that one I'm just explaining my favorite rig that I like using when I am fishing for Denison Dam. It's basically a floating jig rig, but it allows you to make some adjustments fairly quickly between going from a float to a sinker and still using various baits or flies or bucktail jigs. Okay. The other one is I had my Go Fish cam. It's underwater camera. The company's since gone out of business, but I still have the camera. Oh, bear with me. Right there. Okay. Go Fish camera. Still works. Still cool. I also got the Water Wolf camera, and in both cases, I took them out various places, throw them in the water, and sure enough, you can catch a few fish or whatnot. Okay, bear with me. We have some folks that don't want to talk fishing. So, there we go. We'll just remove them. Okay. Anyways, that's Denison Dam. Let's see. And in that video, I've got the camera with some bait and whatnot, and you're seeing tons of striped bass, carp, catfish, small ones, big ones, all going into the, you know, in and out of the camera view. It was pretty cool. I need to do another one of those maybe this coming summer. Throw out that Go Fish cam or Water Wolf camera and see if we can get some good stuff there. Okay. The other one is 8 lessons learned fishing Denison Dam. So there were some things that had changed. One of the key things out of there, that video is you do need to tag your stringer if you are fishing Denison Dam. So you can't share a stringer if you're fishing the Oklahoma side. So key thing there, if there are 2 of you fishing, make sure you each have a tag with your name and your customer license number, okay, or customer number on your license, okay? And once you have that, you're good to go. Just, again, don't share stringers. If you catch it, put it on the stringer. That one's yours. And FYI, there's no culling, so you can't just swap it out from one fish to the other once you put it on the line. All right. Okay. What else we got here? Let's see. Let me flip back up. Okay. Oh, this section here, I'm just showing a bunch of funny fishing videos, from some dad jokes to some fishing memes. Basically, a little fun section there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was pretty much everything this round. Okay. All right. I think that's all I got this round. Appreciate y'all joining. And, well, do stay tuned. We plan on doing a little more of these, as well as doing a little fishy mobile fishing live stream style with yours truly out there fishing the local ponds, lakes for whatever bites. All right. Next time, Catch y'all later, and good luck.